covered it up. You had a Beartooth top on. What have you made of the releases in the last week?
I like them. The thing about that band, right? I tell you, it's a funny story because I actually saw them twice before I fully got into them.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I found it hard to get into them, even after I'd seen them. Like I saw them. When did I see them? I saw them at Download.
Okay.
And I saw them support an Architects at
right.
Wembley.
Oh, okay.
And you know, there's sometimes those bands, right, that you listen to on record and you're like, oh, I fucking love these. And then you go and see them live and you're like, they're good, but I don't know, they're not there sort of thing for me. But it was like the other way around for me. I saw them live and I was like, oh, they're not quite doing it for me. And then I went away and stumbled across one of their songs and I was just like, fuck, I've seen these guys twice. Do you know what I mean? Fuck, and I missed their like show. Like to be able to properly enjoy it, I feel like I need to know the songs.
And have you got a favourite track by them? Oh, you're right in that deep end from the off, mate. Putting no punches in.
I don't know, mate. I really like Disease, the album, the whole album as a whole. I'd say my favourite track off there is either Infection or Bad Listener. I like their heavy style.
Yeah, I think my intro to them was I Have a Problem.
I'm admitting now that I have a problem.
I saw that breakdown, and then when he did Spoken, I Have a Problem, and then it drops off. Immediately, I was like, oh, I like that. Like he did it all, didn't he? Like he wrote the song, wrote the lyrics, the drums, the guitar. Yeah. So then I was like, I can't even do one of those things. So the fact that he can do it, amazing. That's why I love this shit. That's what I want to hear in my music, the emotion.
And that's it. Yeah, that's it. I mean, what I tend to do with bands is if I discover a new band, I always listen to their newest stuff a lot. You know, kind of religiously. You listen to it and you like really get to know the songs and that. And once I'm done with them, I've done the same with Fit for a King. I really tracked back and went right back to their first ever stuff. And whilst like Fit for a King as an example, whilst I really love their new stuff, I love Death Grip and Dark Skies and Path, the latest album. But my favourite album from that band is Slave to Nothing. And a lot of people are like, whoa, like that, you know, they were completely different back then to what they are now. And I'm like, yeah, that's why I like it, because they haven't just done the same thing over and over and over again. They show that they can do all sorts, and that's what I love about a band, man, when they show they can do anything.
I think when a band like Fit for a King, who've been around for so long, it's almost like an argument could be made if they just kept doing the same thing over and over and over and over. It just gets repetitive, and then people would accuse them of not being creative enough. So, you know, what's the balance between you know, being able to try something new? Like, for instance, A Day to Remember have been getting a lot of shit for that new album they've just released. And, but I get it. I think you just got to take things for what they are sometimes. And I think that's just them. They're going for arena rock. They're trying to become more mainstream. And, you know, look, if you don't like it, then listen to the older stuff. Like, it's not going away.
I listen to all types of music, man. That's the thing. I listen to everything. You throw it at me, I'll listen to it. And I think that's where like a lot of differences come in, because, you know, we've all got different influences as well. And over time, I think it's kind of like not looking to follow the trends and progress with everyone else. It's more like kind of follow what we want to do, but progress our own stuff, as opposed to going, oh, we want to be like that band, or we need to start writing music like that band, or and that's the way that I look at it. You know, a lot of the modern music that is coming out, take Architects, for example. Their latest album, it's great. It's arena. It's like, it's loud music, man. That's the only way I can describe the new Architects album. It's just like loud. And with that, I mean, compared to Holy Hell, Holy Hell that's probably my favorite Architects album. And you can hear that difference there, but we're not at that stage where we want to be throwing that. We want to keep to our roots and just keep going, raw metal music. That's what we're about. That's what we enjoy playing. Don't really care if people go, oh yeah, but it's too much. It's too, it's what we want to do. So we're going to continue doing it. And I think that's just kind of where it's going, mate. We're just writing what we want to write, and not kind of worrying about whether it fits in with what everyone else is doing.
So how would you describe 1,000 Voices to somebody that had never heard any of your songs?
It's a metalcore. There's no getting away from it.
Yeah,
it's metalcore. Our guitarist Pedro, he's like, oh no, I don't want to be labelled as a subgenre. We do all types of metal, and it's like, yeah, but it's predominantly metalcore, mate. You can't get away from it. You got breakdowns.
Oh
riffs.
yeah.
It's just your metalcore. But I feel like with the vocal change that we went, the vocalist that we've got in now, we decided that, once we'd parted ways with Shay, we were like, right, who do we look at getting? And we contacted Luke because of his style and his, I suppose it would be his structuring of his vocals. We felt would suit our new material a lot better. Just because he, you can hear that the guy's got a lot of potential. He's such a good vocalist. He just needed a group of enthusiastic and motivated musicians around him, and we thought, we're the guys that we want to get him involved with us. He's got good talent. Let's get him in. That is how it happened, really. He's and from when we recorded The Storm.
I was going to come on to that.
Even from when we first met, it's just, we was just like, yeah, this is our guy, man. We got to roll with it.
Yeah, man. What a way to reintroduce yourself in over 30,000 streams on Spotify now, which is crazy. You've been featured on BBC Introducing, had numerous reaction channels that have covered songs. And mate, it's a fucking banger. Like, it's got everything. There's, got 3 different breakdowns, not just one. And and also, like you mentioned about, I think I even said this to you when it was released, there's a part of the song, and I'm not going to try and recreate it, where Luke, isn't it, the lead singer, he does this high pitched scream, and it just gets higher and higher and higher. I remember hearing that for the first time, like, what the fuck was that? But like, I like it. So, and I think, mate, you made a great choice there. Talk to me about it. I mean, what's the reception been like? You must be delighted. It's
been really great. I mean, for me personally, because I'm quite like active. Obviously, I'm active on Instagram and everything like that, and because we do everything ourselves. I do everything myself for my Instagram. We don't really have any backing. The only thing that we ever pay for is the music videos. Our guitarist Pedro, he produces the songs. We record everything from home, and so we schedule everything, design everything, literally from the core. We do everything, and to see the results that we've been getting for this single is like crazy. It's great. Seeing those results come back was just like, yeah, it's great, man. And it just shows why we do it, because we enjoy the music and other people are enjoying it as well. It doesn't matter about how many people are enjoying it, as long as people are enjoying it, then that's all that matters to us, really, man. To be honest, mate, we've been sitting on that song for quite some time. We were sitting on that song before Luke was in the band.
Oh, okay.
So we had that for a while, and me and Pedro, we work quite closely on the tracks from home, sort of pinging ideas to each other and that. And we tend to just piece riffs together, piece breakdowns together, and think, does that work there? If it works, let's do it. Do you know what I mean? And the song hasn't got to have a set amount of, like, that's the thing with us. We don't really tend to go, if you listen to our tracks, we don't really follow music theory much. Whether that's the right thing to do or not. The latest songs, the newer songs that we're doing, we've thrown a couple of longer ones in there, because we feel, you know, not, I know everyone says, oh yeah, you want to keep it short and sweet, ready for the next one and that, but nah, you know, if it sounds right, just do it. You know, it doesn't matter how many breakdowns it's got in it. It doesn't matter if the chorus only pops in twice or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Just if it sounds right, it sounds right, man.
Do you have like a personal favorite breakdown from one of your own songs?
I don't know, mate. I personally, I love heavy breakdowns. I do really like your drop tunings and sludgy breakdowns, but I prefer the bouncier breakdowns. So mine's got to be the second one of The Storm. Yeah. That's that one. I don't know. When we've been writing the new material, I've been sort of saying I think we should add more of these in, because them live they'll just be sick, mate. You know what I mean? Having those sorts of breakdowns live just gets everyone sort of moving and that. So yeah, that definitely that breakdown. Yeah, it's just, you can't really explain it, mate. It's just kind of because you've got the adrenaline of going through, of actually playing and being on a stage. You know, whether it's a small crowd or not, you know, you still get that rush when you play. And yeah, I remember it, and yeah, it's awesome, mate. It's awesome. It is. It's you just can't explain it. You have to just go and do it. It's so hard to explain.
So, like, where did it all start for you? Take me back to what specifically got you into heavier music.
Slipknot, mate.
Slipknot. Yeah.
Slipknot.
Self-titled album or
yeah, man. Yeah, self-titled. Yeah, self-titled.
What's your favourite song from the album?
They're all just so good, mate. They're just so raw and just that they are the band that opened up metal for me 100%. Yeah, Slipknot. That's where it all started for me, mate.
Can you pinpoint why? Because obviously to listen to Slipknot, and they're one of those bands, right, where at the time, because I think I probably got into heavy music at a similar point to yourself, and I remember at the time where their first album came out and there were pictures of them on stage, and there used to be rumours that went around school that they would like shit on the crowd and like poo and fro. Like there were all types of rumours about them, and like they were like this fucking mental band. They all had masks. So to a lot of people growing up, that was like, that's weird, and you're weird if you like that. But I did like it, and I couldn't. And maybe it's because it's about Slipknot in particular that made you think, like, made you take notice.
Joey Jordison, mate, 100%.
Of course, yeah.
Joey Jordison. When I was about 7 years old, I started drum lessons. When I got hold of the internet, I was obviously on YouTube looking at drummers, and I'd sit there and be like, best metal drummers. And Joey Jordison would come up.
And obviously, Joey Jordison came up at that point.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so, he kind of led me to Slipknot. I'd watch his drum solos. I always remember the drum solo. I don't know if you've seen it. When they done the Disaster Feast tour, and they done a show at London at the O2, and he goes up on that spinning platform.
Mate, if it's on YouTube, I'll insert a clip of that now.
Yeah, he goes up. That was the most inspiring video for me, I think. He's strapped into his chair. He's got.
I think I have seen that, and he goes upside down, doesn't he?
He spins around. Yeah, man. Yeah, and I was watching that. I was like, these guys are mental, man, crazy. And that was it for me. Yeah, Slipknot from there, mate.
So I mean, obviously Slipknot being one, but who else were your favourites growing up? Doesn't have to just be metal as well.
Well, obviously, like I said, Maroon 5, they played a big part in my drumming journey.
That's a tune.
Yeah.
No one can, you can't deny like
Papa Roach.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort.
Bert from a Valentine, they were a band that I listened to a lot. But yeah, growing up, I just listen to everything now, to be honest, mate. I listen to a lot of indie music as well.
Okay, yeah. Any examples?
Jake Bug.
Tell me where the fire is. Tell me where the high is.
Yeah.
Wombat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff, you know.
Pigeon Detectives.
She's got everything he wants. She's got everything he needs. Take a lot, take a lot, take a lot.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Fratellis.
Yeah, Vampire Weekend, all that kind of stuff, man. Yeah, love it. And that's the thing, you know, when you say to I listen to metal music, they're like, you don't look like the kind of guy to listen to metal music. And it's like, yeah, but I'm not like a predominantly metal, you know, I'm not that. And they're just being those stereotype people that are like, oh, if you listen to metal, you obviously look like this, or you act like that. But it's just like, you don't have to be like that to listen to any type of music.
So I know it's an acquired taste, right? To the general public, the harsh vocals, the music, the guitar. Like, I think unless you're really into it, you can't really appreciate a good riff. Like if you show like Error being a prime example. If you play one of their songs to somebody who's really not into that music, they won't appreciate what they're listening to, essentially. And then people actually do ask you and say, like, why do you listen to that? What is it that you like about it?
It's real music, man. You know, it's don't get me wrong. I like drum and bass. You know, I love drum and bass. That's one of my favourite genres. But a dubstep, mate, yeah.
That's basically electronic metal, though, isn't it? I mean, if you think about like the drops, it's essentially a breakdown. It's the same shit, same concept.
You can do it! Cut his fucking head off!
A lot of people don't realise, but a lot of the structuring and stuff of these songs do kind of stem from metal music, because I don't know about you, but when you do listen to drum and bass and stuff like that, and you hear the breaks and that, and then you're like, hang on a minute, yeah, that's kind of, you know, it's kind of the same as what metal would be in terms of the structuring, the build up, and then breaking it down and that. So, yeah, and, you know, it's talent, it's raw talent. You know, these guys, they put in a lot of work to be where they are.
The YouTube reaction channels, for instance, I think you reacted to by there's three at least that I saw. One of them was Two Lit Mafia. I mean, he has.
Yeah, man.
I mean, God, how many subscribers does he have? It's like over a quarter of a mil, right? Then you've got Fig Reacts, who's one of the big boys in the UK scene.
That's fucking filth, man.
MTN as well. So but these are big channels, and I think that's surely helped your growth as well, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Have you seen a noticeable increase since those reviews or since those reactions?
Definitely, yeah. A lot of people came over from the Two Lit Mafia reaction and just popped in the comments, you know, saying that this is the video that sent us, and it's like, wow, you know, that it helps, and I think that's the good thing about it. You know, it's not a dying genre, man. It's still there. It's still heavy, mate, and people still love it. You know, this guy, he don't strike me as a metalhead at all. You know, you look at his older videos, and he doesn't react to any metal, but as soon as someone suggested it to him and he took a listen to it, he was like, you know, this is good, mate. This is good. And then he continued to do it. And and then we ended up on there, and it was, saw a massive increase on there, mate. Massive. It was great.
Where the fuck have they been all this time? That's
They're
like,
so heavy, mate.
but that's the type of song that if I put on, say, Gypsy Disco, it's literally just dun, 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 dun. Tell me why you like that. I don't actually know if I would be able to explain it, just other than it's just fucking sick, mate. I don't know what else to tell you. Who's somebody that's on the scene currently that you're really vibing with and listening to?
I'll tell you, there was a band that popped up on your page, actually. Kept watching the visuals for it, because the visuals were just insane, mate. I just couldn't get over how sick it was. And it's that Mentally Blind. Proper sick breakdown in it, man. Without your page, I probably wouldn't have seen them. That's the thing. I genuinely don't think I would have seen them.
People are seeing the music, and I suppose, like in the case of yourself, other people can probably learn, from if they're drummers themselves and actually watching your playthroughs, and that's obviously helping aspiring drummers.
Yeah, hopefully, man. Hopefully. A couple of weeks ago, I had a guy on Instagram. I see a picture he uploaded, and he'd bought some black. He's got a Roland electric drum kit, and he'd bought some black backdrops and some photography lights and that. So I obviously commented on it, said, "Looks wicked, mate," because I follow him and just about supporting each other. And he was like, "Yeah, thanks, mate. Inspired by your setup." And it's like,
wicked.
Wow, that's great. That's great. Someone's obviously taking note of my videos and thinking that looks good. I want my videos to look like that. You're doing something right in some ways. Do you know what I mean?
Who's on your playlist currently? Who you damn it?
Metal or
Whoever you like, mate. It doesn't have to be metal.
stuff that I'm listening to currently.
Yeah, currently. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, been listening to a lot of Jake Bugg at the the minute, because I love him, man. He's so great. He's got such a unique voice, man. Just... Yeah, and I managed to get tickets to go see him next year, so I'm buzzing about that.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
I'm listening to a lot of the Snaps at the minute as well. Yeah, they just got their own vibe to it, man. Check out a track called Elephants by them. They're good. They're good. Wow. You'll like that. Yeah, you'll like that. Metal-wise, I've got to say, a band that we've played with, and you've probably heard this track, but Violent by The City Is Ours. Have you checked that out yet?
If you got something to say, then come and find me.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, that track's mad, mate. It's because it's mental, because Ollie does our videos and that, and I knew we could do a bit of screaming and stuff from we've done a couple of covers on Facebook and that, but he's obviously jumped on board with them, and it's just like, it sounds wicked, mate. Wicked. I go through phases where I don't listen to metal music, to be honest, mate.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I'm really bad for it. Like, I'll go for about 2 or 3 weeks, and I'll be like, I just can't listen to it. I don't know what it is.
I know what you mean, but I usually downgrade to like pop punk. That's like my breather. If I'm like, if I'm not jamming, the yelling and the screaming and the heavy, I'm like, I need to pick me up. I'm gonna jump over to pop punk. So I don't veer too far.
No, I don't know what it is, mate. It's just I think it doesn't help being in a band as well. I think if I wasn't in a band, I'd probably be all right with listening to metal music most of the time. But I don't know. It just gets a bit much sometimes. My favourite metal artist at the minute is 100%, without a doubt, Bleed From Within, mate. They are. I just love everything that they do. They haven't released a bad track in my opinion. I mean, I love their new album Fracture. That's top tier. That is. That's a wicked album. That is my favourite album by them.
Where did that rank last year for you in terms of your top or favourite albums?
Yeah, I put it first. Yeah, first, definitely first. And then Bury Tomorrow. one of my go-to bands, mate. And they're Fit for a King. Alcohol.
Oh, yeah, what an album that was.
A Quiet Place to Die. That album is just like that almost puts a new stamp on there, and they've just got their own charm.
That was actually my top pick. That was my favourite album.
Proper new metal sort of, but modern new metal vibe.
That's it, yeah.
It's class, mate. I love it.
What would you say your all-time favourite TV show?
All time, Peaky Blinders, mate.
Now fighting. No fucking fighting!
That is the top. That's at the top of mine. Based on true story stuff, man. Especially when it's based in the UK. And another one is Top Boy. Have you seen Top Boy?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I love all that sort of stuff, man. Proper English series,
Were you
man.
a fan of The In-Betweeners when it was out?
Yeah.
Everyone
it was
has
great.
a mate that was a Neil. Like I can say I had a mate that was fucking Neil before there was a Neil. I mean, everyone knows a Jay.
Yeah.
Which one would you say you were in your group?
Probably a Simon, mate, to be fair.
Oh Christ!
I'd have said the same thing.
Yeah.
Because he's a knob, but
you
he's not
won't-
too much of a knob.
No, yeah. Whereas you wouldn't want to say you were Jay, would you? Because he's
No.
just, he's a bell end, mate.
It's like riding a bike, isn't it?
What's your views on ghosts? Have you ever had a paranormal experience?
I have had one experience.
Fucking two on the truck, yes, come on.
But it's nothing too extreme. I was staying at someone's house, one of my ex-partners, and they had this radio, like this clock radio thing downstairs, and we were staying downstairs, like, and it was actually her granddad's old clock.
Oh no.
And so we were staying downstairs and that, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and where we'd set the bed up, like my head here and the radio was here, so it was like dead next to my head. This is like, it's just, and I woke up in the middle of the night, mate, and partner was asleep. And the covers started moving off me, and I was like, nah, this isn't happening, surely not. Anyway, grabbed them back, and then that was it. And then I went and fell back asleep, and then I woke up, and the radio weren't on, but I could hear static, mate. Yeah.
Wait, that's not a nothing. That's pretty fucking substantial. Wait, that was a fucking message, if ever there was one. He didn't say it was an ex-partner's granddad. Yeah, mate, I don't think he was a fan. I don't think he liked your drumming.
No, probably not, mate. Probably not.
Have you ever had sleep paralysis?
Yeah.
That's fucking disgusting, isn't it? And have you ever seen seen something when you've had it? Yeah, mate. That's how I know. I saw a ghost. I would fucking shit myself. Shadow figure like hovering over me, just like fucking looking like it was about to pounce. And if I could have yelled, because I was obviously paralysed, I would have fucking absolutely shit. And then and that was, I'm a fully grown adult when this is happening, and I'm thinking I don't want to go back to sleep now in case it comes back.
Yeah, it just proper shakes you up, because that's the first time and that's the only time that something like that had ever happened to me with sleep paralysis. It was one time, and but it was like every time I blinked, the person got closer to my bed. Yeah.
I didn't get that.
Oh.
Can you try again?
Here we go.
Mate, they're fucking listening. They're on to us. What's your thoughts on UFOs?
I've seen some weird stuff like on the internet, and I've seen something myself as well.
Oh, really? You got to tell me.
When Yeah, I was on holiday in Cyprus. I saw something like slowly going down in the sky, like straight down. I'm not talking like a plane going down like that. I'm talking like down. It was bright, man, like brighter than a star. And it was going down, and then it just sort of stopped and hovered, and then it shot up and just disappeared, mate.
What do you think they're doing? What do you think they're playing? That's what I mean. They come down, they do weird shit like that, hover around for a bit, fuck off. They know they can be seen. But what's their game? What are they doing?
I reckon they're just doing it just to toy with everyone's minds, mate. They probably sit there in their UFOs, and they've got Facebook open and that, and they've got it triggered in to see when people are taking pictures of UFOs and that, so they sit there and laugh at them.
I mean, it's like, we could be their version of a zoo. They just come down, have a little look, and like them hovering is like, you know, you can meet the meerkats. If you pay a little bit extra, you can like go in with the meerkats. That's like their version of meeting the meerkats. It's like getting to hover above Earth for a little bit.
That's some mad conspiracy theory there, bro.
I hope it's true. Were you much of a gamer growing up?
Still a gamer.
Right, okay. So what's
Love
your
games.
all-time favourite console and game?
Started off with PlayStation, then switched to 360. Obviously, when the 360 was dominant in the game, and tried a PS3, didn't like it. Stayed with the 360. Went to Xbox One. Had that for ages. Sort of stopped playing it a bit. Then traded it in for a PS4 and managed to get my hands on a PS5. So I'm absolutely rinsing that at the minute. So that was 100% PS5, mate. That is the best console, hands down.
What game are you playing at the moment?
I'm playing Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I play Black Ops, obviously, standard. Always play Call of Duty, mate. Always play Call of Duty. But I actually recently, a couple of days ago, I went back and bought the World War II Call of Duty. At that alone, just the campaign by itself is probably one of the best sort of FPS games out there, because it's just the campaign is so well written, and as a game, that is the best way to describe that game. Like the campaign, it's Saving Private Ryan, but you're playing it, man. And that film's one of my favourite films of all time. So it's kind of like it's deep as well. That's the thing. It don't hold back on the rawness and the horrors of World War II. Like when you get to the end and you're like in the concentration camps and stuff like that, it's just like, wow, it's so immersive, mate. Like 100%. That is, probably my favourite game, man. Do you ever play Rascal? Yeah, and you have a gun and it shoots green like bullets and that, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I spent so many hours on that, man. And then obviously I've always played FIFA growing up. Always been FIFA.
Yeah. Right. You've just had a shit, and now it's time to wipe.
Yeah.
Do you sit or do you stand?
Oh, I stay sat down, mate.
Sat down. But so, what are your thoughts on those that stand? Because I'm telling you now.
You're having me on, mate.
Mate, watch the interviews. I'm telling you now. I've had two. They're out there. They exist.
That's dirty, mate. That's dirty. Surely they must have one of those little mini baths that you get when you go abroad.
Oh, the B-days.
Yeah.
Listen, hey, it's been a pleasure. Like, really, thank you for taking the time to speak with me today, and hopefully you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. It's been good to get to know you a little bit. Listen, hey,